Hey everyone, this is Jay. I'm going to give you a visual tour of my 2012 Nissan Xterra Pro 4X, as well as the equipment that it has in it and on it. Try to not to make this too boring. Anyway, pretty cool vehicle, 2012. It's 8 years old. It's a Pro 4X model. It's got the rear locker on there. I added a 2-inch lift in the front and rear, spacers and shackles. Nothing really extraordinary about that. It's pretty simple lift. Light bar. The Pro 4X had the factory light bar, the factory lights up there, but I took those off and just added a 41-inch light bar. Got shovels up there and my high lift jack, which I took off to re-oil it and clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to reinstall it. It's got a ladder in the back from wasn't from this tech. It was from another Nissan aftermarket vendor. RACES, Emergency Communications. That's another national emergency communication group. And here in Southern California, we have our own group called the SoCal Xterra and Frontier Group, which I belong to. And REACT, of course, is an emergency communications group that started in the 60s with CB radio, but now we use ham. So, got 33s, pretty good sized mud terrain tires. A K06J Y license plate with the REACT ID there as well. So I belong to a couple of ham radio groups as well as a couple of off-road groups. Keeps myself, I consider this thing to be a working vehicle. I play hard in it and I work hard in it. So anyway, pretty simple. Anybody who's an Xterra fan knows that they're pretty simple to operate as far as the AM/FM stereo, CD player, and typical dashboard setup here. Ham radio. This is the 2-meter 440 band, just a typical Yaesu 7900 workhorse radio. I do have a DMR radio, which is a handheld, and I also have a fusion radio inside the house. If you're interested in ham radio, you'll know what that is. I also have a CB radio in here too. Got to turn the key on for this thing to go on. There we go. And there it is. So it's just a cheap $50 unit in CB. I use it mostly for the PA system. I have a speaker underneath the hood and I can talk to people outside. But believe it or not, there are truckers that come from Vegas to San Diego, and they actually use Channel 19 quite a bit on the CB. The Xterra has a rear locker, comes in handy when you go off-roading in rough terrain, snow, sand, all that good stuff. Yeah, so works pretty well. Good old fire extinguisher in the seat pocket. Always good to have. I'll take you to the back of the Xterra and show you what I have back here. Just pop that open. It's pretty well equipped. I have a first aid fire blanket, CPR mask. Always good to have that. That one is full of band-aids. Got another fire extinguisher back here. All kinds of tools, wrenches, a lot of off-road stuff. I got an air compressor. When I air down the tires, go off-roading, I can pump everything back up. emergency cones back here. Another first aid kit back here. And I have a factory first aid kit from Nissan. So I got 3 first aid kits. Pretty, got some rope back there, and never know when you need that. So with the ham radio stuff that I do, I have a lot of lighting in here too. So I have, let's just turn all that on. And I do have some emergency lights, green and amber. I like the green, that's why I got it. It really does grab people's attention. And then I have another set of flashing lights down here. And that's for the front. I use these lights when we do a traffic control for different radio events. We work with the San Diego Sheriff. And just turn that off. I have another set of lights in the back. They're amber lights. And those are pretty bright. Especially during the daytime, they're pretty damn bright. And so again, we use those when we do parades and get people's attention. If I'm driving down the freeway and I see an accident, I will flick those on just to get people's attention to slow down. There's something going on up there. So, and I got my radio vest. I always carry this with me in the truck in case I run into a accident or some sort of situation where I need to throw that on and help out. Okay, that's about it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the short tour, and any comments would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching.